Peace Reflections. You are over here with Teresa. Hit the like and subscribe button, baby. You know I'm Loud Reflections, so you already know what type of night it's finna be. Whatever, you get what I'm saying? You may claim over here in the daytime, but y'all know I creep over here at night. I have to wait till the sun set, baby. I have to wait to set. Go on ahead and you'll get what I'm saying. I have to let that sunset reflection while I sneak my ass over here with you get what I'm saying? I already ain't got that much water. So listen, I ain't got time to be putting them on no high speed intergalactic chase. I don't have time for that reflection. I said reflection. I got a little fucked up before I came up here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I done rolled up and pulled up. I did a little more pulling up this time. Reflection. I did just a little. Now you know I can't handle too much because I'm a little reflection. But I tried to do my thing. Okay. Now, with that being said, let me go on ahead and turn this music down in the background. Y'all to check the energy in the room. Y'all already know what time it is. You know we over here talking about a little do you believe in magic? We over here talking about that do you believe in magic, baby? Okay. A little love spell. A couple of them went wrong. Reflection not over here with T because I don't do that. Young money, baby. They don't care. They don't give a damn. Reflection. They be like, T, listen. I got a couple of change. And I need you to make some change, baby. I need you to make a little change. I don't give a damn because they in another relationship. So right there, I don't care about none of it. Now I got the toothbrush. Listen. Okay. Reflection. I'm just saying what they be saying. I'm not even okay. They said, Tweet, you over there? Hold on now. You know that's against the guidelines. That's against the OSHA HIPAA witchcraft guidelines. Yes. I think I got it. They said, reflection, you're not supposed to tell what the fuck you be abracadabraing over there, Teresa. Do I need to come get a refund, baby? We don't do refunds, baby. After it hit like grease, is no refund. Reflection. Did you not read the craft rules, baby? Did you not read the do you believe in magic? They ain't read the rules, reflection. So this video is kind of for people who, they jumping head first in the reflection. They jumping head first in, you get what I'm saying? And they ain't got no life jacket. And they don't even know how to swim. They don't know no sirens, no mermaids. Can't nobody come save them, reflection. Can't nobody come save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. Don't say they ass, reflection. Let them take their ass on down there with Poseidon and sink to the bottom. Okay. I'm just saying, because sometimes they'll come to you on these do you believe in magic spells, and you try to tell them, no, baby. I think this shit gonna hit you like a roller coaster. I think you fucking with cosmic law. I just think so. I think he got a whole baby on the way, though. I'm just saying he in a whole nother relationship. I think if you try to bind yourself to him, I'm not saying that it's not gonna work. But what I'm saying is, I don't think this is really what you want. I don't think it may be what you want at the moment, but I'm thinking long term, baby. You think about the chapter, girl. I'm trying to think about the book, P. I'm trying to think about the book. Okay. I'm just saying, reflection. I'm just saying, okay. Now, with that being said, hit the like button, reflection, because you are over here with greatness. You are over here with my whole crew. And you know how we do. We are a trigger, but at the same time, reflection, we come over here and bring you classified information. Yes, baby. You know, we bring you highly classified information. Because, reflection, I know you be in there looking in their eyes and shit. You be on that magic stick. You be in that juice box. You be in that little Capri Sun box. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I know sometimes it can create illusions. It can create illusions. You fuck around, reflection. You don't even know you in there with a master magician. You are in there with a fucking witch or a warlock. You in there with you get what I'm saying, reflection. They could have a couple little shit in their pocket behind. They could have a little something. They could be wearing those certain colors. You wonder why every time they come over there, it's like you lose your focus and shit. It's them colors that they wear and they playing that color magic on you, baby. That candle that's in the background reflection, that ain't no regular candle, baby. That listen, okay, I ain't gonna tell the secret. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying it may not be a regular candle, it just might not be reflection. You gotta be careful, baby. You got to be careful.
Fun fact, if someone ever asks you to blow out or put out a candle for them that they lit, don't do it. They gonna hem you up. Don't do it.
He said, Listen, they just finna blow out a little birthday candle. Come on. Just act like it's your birthday. Just abracadabra. Make a wish now. Make a wish. Now blow that candle out. Shit. Go on ahead, blow the candles out over there. Yes, I know I meant to blow it out, but fucking you already right there. You do it for me, baby. You do it for Okay. I'm doing too much. He said it though, reflection. He said again, don't be, you get what I'm saying? You know, they do a little, do you believe in magic? Don't blow that fucking candle out, baby. You better fan it out or something. That's what he said, reflection. I don't know. He didn't tell what happened if you blow the candle out, but I'm thinking it could have been a little piece of a spell on there. A little piece, just a little piece.
Grandmother told me never be desperate enough for love that you do a love spell on somebody, and this is why. We're gonna call this woman Yoli, and we're gonna call her boyfriend Mark. So Yoli was in love with Mark, okay? There's nothing that Yoli was not willing to do for this man. That was her man, that was her person. Like, she would go to bat for Mark. Like, she would take a bullet for Mark. However, it just wasn't reciprocated. Now, keep in mind, this story took place in Haiti. And if you know anything about Haitian men, like, I'm not gonna say too much, but like, they be having like 10 different families. So needless to say that Mark had these little things on the side, and Mark was
crazy how she said she ain't gonna say too much, but she done told everything, y'all.
Definitely dragging Yoli through the mud. And if you know anything else about Haitian women, we love a good gossip. So all the other women from the neighborhood would just watch how Yoli and Mark move about and just go gossip about her behind her back. And Yoli, being aware of this fact, was just honestly dying from embarrassment. Not only is it embarrassing that everybody else has this image of her, but it's also embarrassing that she knows that she loves this man and there's not a thing that she's not willing to do for him. So why isn't it reciprocated? So we're juxtaposition of siding with everybody else but wanting to stay with that person. One day Mark comes home and Mark tells Yoli that, yo, basically, like, I'm not gonna lie, you're great, but like, we're gonna have to part our ways. Needless to say, Yoli didn't take it very well because they were still living together, right? Until Yoli got the brilliant idea. So Yoli decides, I shot this part so many times and my TikTok just keeps fucking up. So she decides, she goes to the priest and she tells him that she wants a love spell done on Mark. And the voodoo priest is like, okay, but just so you know, this is what it would entail. This potion that he was about to give her, which included her blood, by the way, which was what did the binding, right?
And I want y'all to listen up very closely to what she's about to get ready to say, because this is actually how a lot of these things take place, man, especially when you talk about dealing with people who may have abandonment issues, so on and so forth, to the point where they feel like they just can't take losing another person in their life, right? That they know that's bringing some form of stability, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, or whatever, y'all. They will go to this extent. And because you don't see this inside of your world, you're not vibrating at that frequency, it can easily be overlooked. You see what I'm saying? Because you like who takes the time out to actually go to a practitioner to try to get something to keep a person under the spell? But you don't know. This could be in some way, form, or fashion like a trend or something. That's not a trend, but like more so like a ritual that she does, maybe like a routine. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to certain relationships, because of some form of abandonment. And I'm not just pointing at the goddesses, I'm pointing at the gods as well. It could be some type of, routine that they do because, they have certain abandonment issues that they have not gotten over.
Keep that in mind. So this potion, once you feed it to Mark, would last for the next 6 months. After those 6 months, you don't even want to wait for those 6 months to be up because you need to come back before those 6 months are up, get you another potion and feed it to Mark because you do not want to reap the consequences of your own actions of putting a love spell on somebody. Mark became a new man, so much so that the entire neighborhood even starts to notice and they even start to talk about it. Like, what is going on? Didn't Mark really not care for Yoli like that? Like, why are they all buddy now? Okay, we here for it though. For the first 6 months, it is as though Mark made a complete 180. Like, he was a completely new man. He was a family-oriented man. He even got Yoli pregnant and proposed to her in that time. Yoli, being a fan of this potion, said, well, I'm not waiting for my 6 months to come up. I'm going back now and I'm getting some more. So she went back and she got another potion before the 6 months was up and fed it again to Mark to, ensure longevity in this princess treatment that she was getting. So Mark has no idea that he's under a spell, that anything is being done to him. Like, he is living his life regularly. Keep in mind, when you go to a voodoo priest and they do these services for you guys, this is not cheap, okay? So you actually have to come out of pocket and pay a ton of money to cover your life like this. Yoli had an amazing year, okay? She had an amazing year with Mark. She was now pregnant. She was ready to start her life with her man until finances hit. Meaning that Yoli can't afford to go to the voodoo priest again to get a new potion. So, her thinking, this is probably just a marketing scheme anyway that the voodoo priest told her so she can keep coming back and keep spending her money because it's been a whole year and her man was sweet. So she said, I ain't going back. I am not spending my money again. So, the year went on, the potion wore off, and child, Mark was back. When the spell wore off of Mark, now, trigger warning, DV. When that spell wore off, it is as though all of the love and all of the adoration that Mark had for Yoli over that year, all of it turned into hate, but tenfold. One day, Mark woke up and he hated Yoli. So it started off pretty slow. So, you know, domestic violence. So now Mark is an extremely violent man. So Mark is whooping Yoli's every chance he gets. So now Yoli has found herself in an extremely abusive relationship that she wasn't even in before. And keep in mind, she's with child. Verbal abuse, physical abuse, she was dealing with all of it. Mark also became just an angry individual just in his regular life. He was very short-fused and very short-tempered with people in general. He seemed to have no sympathy for even the baby that Yoli seemed to be carrying for him. So Yoli decides to go back to the priest and get yet another dose and goes back home and feeds it to Mark. Except this time she didn't get the princess treatment that she got the first time. She got Mark being extremely in love with her, but the abuse was still there. If not, it was worse. Yoli could not get away from this man. And it's damned if you do and damned if you don't, because in 6 months, when this new potion wears off, what will become of Mark? And if she doesn't do it, what will become of her? So it's kind of like, does she get another potion just to keep him sweet so she can stay alive? Or does she just lean him off? Like, what to do? Yoli goes to her family about it, and her family decides, we're going to help you get away, Yoli, because you need to get out of there now, because he will unalive you at some point. So the family drives over and gets Yoli. So it's like a secret rescue mission while he's not home. So the family gets her and they escape.
See, that's like a big violation of spiritual law, because what you see someone do when they do like love spells and things like that, you're actually taking away that person's will. Okay, to just do, to just be, to have their own direction. You see what I'm saying? So it's a violation of spiritual law. But this is a funny video, y'all, because I actually seen another video where, you know, a love spell actually backfired on somebody, man. She was, I guess, in love with a guy who she had a baby by, but the baby didn't stop the guy from cheating, okay? He was continuously going out cheating, and, you know, he would actually go out and pay for it, all right? He would go get, like, you know, some of what they would call, like, you know, lot lizards, all right? He would go get them and pay for it, and she just couldn't understand why it was that he was doing it when he had her at home. Well, she went to a practitioner, got a love spell for him, put something in his food for him to eat, so on and so forth, and come to find out, you know, the reason he was doing it because he would like to have intercourse and then, you know, assault the women that he was dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So he would pay these women to do that. So when she put the love spell on him, it backfired in the form of, now he was in love with her, but she was also receiving the violence that he was paying these women for. You feel me? And that's why I tell a lot of y'all, man, stay away from the love spell. Do not violate people's free will in that manner by casting things over them, because eventually they're going to become aware of it. Because, you know, a lot of times what a lot of people don't understand is that they're covered, bro. They have a real spiritual team around them that's willing to go to war for them. Yeah, they allow them to go through it for a minute because it's necessary in order for them to become aware of what's actually going on in this realm of reality. But no, it ain't gonna last too long. They're gonna eventually wake up from it, and then, you know, they're gonna walk away anyway. And, you know, it's on some occasions it could actually backfire on you to the point where you're the one that's obsessive, like we just seen in the last story, y'all. All right, but this is a prime example of why I tell a lot of y'all, man, do not just be laying them cups down, man. Don't be out there just partying with nobody. Don't be allowing just nobody to cook your food, man, because you see how it's a lot of women out here playing with the blood. Okay, it's a lot of men that do it too as well. You know, you have to understand the reason that they wanted to actually, you know, get these type of fluids, because it's a form of bodily fluid that can strengthen the you know, the binding ritual. All right. But with that being said, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. I love to know what it is that you think about this.
Hit the like and subscribe button, Reflection. I'm gonna tell you what she fucked up at. The practitioner told her too. He wouldn't she let the love spell, the first one she did, reflection, she let it wear off. She let him come back to life, back to reality. Where my the other pair of my motherfucking pants at, baby? Where is my toothbrush at? I remember now. I remember. So he started remembering shit. If she would, you get what I'm saying? She started getting cheaper shit. You know how when you get like cosmetic surgery on your ass, reflection, if you don't have the money to go, they said Taretha, it's the same. Listen, if you don't have the money to keep going back to the doctor to make sure you okay, to make sure everything is still intact, then don't get that shit done. Same way with a love spell. You have to renew that. That shit ain't forever and ever. You have to keep renewing that shit. I don't give a damn if you froze them in a jar. You still gotta keep renewing it, reflection. So when she let it expire and he jumped back to life, even though she had went to the practitioner and got another spell, baby, he done already jumped back to life. It's only so much we can mask in this motherfucker. It's only so much. Listen, you know how they try to wash the memory, reflection, but it still be a little pinch, just a little pinch that was left behind, reflection. Now she is over there experiencing DV. This is a love spell that has backfired on your ass, but the practitioner told them. Then they'll go to the practitioner, be like, what did you do? What did you do with that motherfucking chicken feet and that toothbrush? Where'd you bury the toothbrush, baby? I need to go get that toothbrush. Where is it at? And the next thing you know, reflection, allegedly, hypothetically, you looking at them like, what you talking about? This is what you paid for. This is what you said you wanted. Now I told your duck head ass, reflection, that yes, I told your duck head ass before you brought me the toothbrush. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Because I ain't got no refund policy, baby. No, it's like a portal, baby. Once you send it through, it's sealed and concealed. I don't know where it went, baby. It was spent before it even got to me. Do you hear what I'm saying? So reflection is like that. Then when they don't get the results that they want, or this shit in the backfired on their ass, they want to come back 22 days later when the practitioner told them you better bring your ass 22 days ahead to make sure this shit stick like grits. Because you know, if it slip, he might slip on you now. He may slip on you, but I told you this before you even came and got this shit. I told you this really. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure? Are you positive? Because the money is in my hand now. I'm not going to close my palms now. I'm going to ask you, are you sure? I'm gonna tell you the consequence, like when you take medication, you know, it got side effects and shit, reflection, shit like that. And then when they take you, you'll get what I'm saying. They wonder why one of their pinky toes and shit and shriveled up. It was a side effect. It was a side effect. Listen, I told you. But at the time, you get what I'm saying. You said, this is my man. This is my man. She ain't going nowhere, baby. She ain't going nowhere. T, listen. I got a little tampon thing. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I don't even know how you got it, but that ain't my business. Relation, I'm trying to tell you. You'll be surprised what come across your table, what come across your tarot table. Baby, you be like, how the fuck you even get that? How did you? Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh, and to the baddies with a lot of Instagram followers or Twitter followers, but especially Instagram, TikTok, you know, where a lot of people are looking at you and talking about you. You're going to need to step your spiritual protection up, okay? Especially if you start to notice that every time you go viral, you're having some bad stuff going on in your life. That is not a coincidence. That is because a lot of people are sitting up talking about you and looking at you. All of that is casting a spell, whether they think they're doing that or not. If you have a group chat of people talking shit about you, that's a coven, okay? Those are witches. They may not think of it like that, but it's all energy, okay? Gossip is the oldest form of witchcraft. So what are they doing? Casting spells on you, sitting up there talking about you. You're going to need to amplify the way that you do your spiritual protection. Like I always tell people, with your soaps that you shower with, maybe you need to do a ward that you create that sits in your house. You change it out once a week. Something we could talk about in the comments, but you guys have to come up with something in your routine, something, because if you're susceptible and you're seeing that bad things are happening to you every time you announce something good, or you end up on TV, or you go viral, now something crazy done happen to you. They don't even have to light a candle. It's just a lot of people are looking at you and talking about you at the same time. You're going to have to amplify your spiritual protection, because all of that is people casting spells, whether they understand that or not. Oh, and
hit the like and subscribe button. I can definitely agree with that. Remember, we talked about it in the video last night, reflection. Definitely go check that out. Part 1 of Love Spells Gone Wrong. So what do you think about that, reflection? Think about that. It's nothing but energy. Some people don't even know. Remember, Words are power, and if you just sitting up putting all your energy into one person reflection, what do you think that is? That's spell casting. That is spell casting. You sitting up here saying all type of negative stuff about this person, over this person. That is spell casting. But have you ever seen the person talk a whole lot of shit about a person, say what they hope happen to that person, or how they hope this person don't reach this certain level of success, or you hope this person don't get this, or that type of person reflection. And the whole time they don't know that's a form of a spell, right? Because you spell casting, because words are power, right? Have you ever seen that person and that shit backfire on their ass reflection? Everything they was saying they hope that person didn't get shit in their life started fucking up reflection. Next thing you know, you like, damn, you may need to shut the fuck up, because you remember they were just talking about what you call over there. Now they ass finna get put out like a motherfucker. They was just talking about what you call over there. Now they kind of quit like a motherfucker. They was talking about they car shit was regular. Now they car won't even crank the fuck up. Reflection. You got to be careful. You got to watch that throat chakra. You got to watch that spell caster, because just because you are unaware that you are casting spells, that does not change the energy. That does not change the frequency of the words that you have put out in the atmosphere. And Karma was sitting over there listening, baby. Karma said, "Oh, really? Oh, so you okay? We in our ego? Okay, then."
Couple of weeks, it's like every time I go on the live and people are live, it's them live, and then there's videos talking about, hey, you want to do psychic reading, hey, do you want to know if this person is a twang flang, if you want to know if this person is for you, this and that, and they're like, I suggest that you guys do not do it. And it was this one video that came on my For You page about how this girl said she did the love spell and it backfired pretty bad. And people don't understand there's different type of backfire when the love spell happens. If you constantly keep doing a love spell and it making you obsessive instead of him, that means it backfire at you. That's one way it could backfire.
Get you a little spiritual bath and shit reflection. Now I know you like, damn, Sarita, I already did that motherfucker, baby. I already did it. What do I do? Say, what do I do? Get you a little spiritual bath. You get what I'm saying? The best way to avoid karma reflection is knowledge. That's the only way. That is the universal cheat code. Shout out to T. I dropped that gem for you. Get your gem basket. The only way you can avoid karma is knowledge, reflection, acknowledgement, and knowledge and growth. You have to grow from it. You have to acknowledge, okay, this is what it was. Don't point over to the left, to the right. Point at the person that is, you get what I'm saying, that the energy is directed to, which is self. Nobody told you to reach out to that person. Nobody told you to fuck around and go against universal law. Nobody told you to look just at the chapter and not the rest of the book, not to just look at today, not to just look at the moment. Reflection. You got a whole movie to watch. You got a whole book to read. This is just the moment. Shit may seem fucked up right now. You may seem like your heart is literally in your stomach. Reflection. You feel like your heart to drop to your stomach, baby. It's in my lap. So right there, I don't know if I'll be able to make it through this one. I don't even know. Reflection. We've all been there. We have all been there, but at the same time, you gotta know. Keyword was we been. We not there. We have been. I mean, it's in the past. I mean, we overcame. That mean we on to some more shit. But the question is, like I always tell people, you can't let obstacles throughout life steer you in the wrong direction. You can't let certain obstacles throughout life reflection stop you from seeing the end of the race, because there is an end of the race, but you can't get so tired throughout the race that it makes you want to take the cheat code. Now I know I love a good cheat code too, but it's some cheat codes that should just be left the fuck alone. Okay, reflection, especially if it's unjust. All right, and keep in mind, a love spell. I'm not telling you what to do, baby. So Rita ain't telling you not to get you some abracadabra. But what I am saying is, before you do it, know the risk.
That means it didn't work. That means it backfired at you. That means that you need to chill, babes, because you cannot force something that's not there. If, like, I understand you guys had connection. I understand everything was great. I do understand that. But if the connection is breaking, you cannot force somebody to love you, because it's not going to work. It's going to backfire. And I suggest that you guys should not do these love spells, because somebody on TikTok is coming here to be like, oh, you want him to be obsessive? You want to manifest him? You want to do this? I'm Haitian, born and raised. I could tell you guys stories for days about love spells. I really want you
Hit the like and subscribe button, reflection.
understand that these love spells are not always guaranteed. It will break. Maybe it will work for a couple of months, maybe a year. But you have to understand, you gotta keep always going back and redo it. And if you don't stay on top of it constantly and it backfire really bad, like that person could become very abusive, manipulative, obsessive. It's the list goes on. And this is not what you guys want. I want you guys to really stop. Like stop. And you guys cannot do a love spell without protection.
Yeah, I keep telling you, Reflection. On the last video yesterday, what was we talking about? We was talking about you got to call in some protection. I don't care if you're doing a prosperity spell. How the fuck you gonna protect the prosperity when you get it? How Reflection? You need protection. Protection should be your number one go-to at all times. Because just because you are comfortable, just because things seem like ain't nothing going on in the background, it's always somebody looking. It's always somebody waiting and anticipating. So it's better to be prepared than have to get prepared.
If you put black magic on someone, please make sure that you stay away from that person. Because what tends to happen when you put that type of work on a person, it tends to scatter in that person's environment, hitting their friends, their family, whoever's within their environment. So if you get caught up in that cycle, in that environment, you are liable to get hit as well. So for example, you put black magic on someone and you get in the car with them, the magic could potentially get that person into an accident. Guess what? You're in the car with them as well. So it is wise to stay away from a person that you are putting that type of work on.
The like and subscribe button, Reflection. That is true. That's true. You can't fuck around and do some black magic on somebody. Do a little, you get what I'm saying? Throw a little woo they way, Reflection. And go back around them. That doesn't even make sense, Reflection. That doesn't even make sense. You know how they say bullets don't have a name? That woo don't got a name. That woo said, whoa, 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 baby. A hurricane never stopped just because you was right there. You better move your ass out the way. Because did you not hear me coming? You know, it sounded like a train coming. Reflections that a tornado or a hurricane. Either one. You heard me before I was coming. You knew I was coming. I didn't tell you when. Quit trying to predict me. But you knew I was coming. And if you put a negative love spell, or let's say you put just a negative spell on anyone, Reflections, all type of little negative spells. Some cause unaliving, some cause accidents, some cause tragedy, some cause just chaos and confusion. But know that if you are anywhere in the facility, oh, it's cold in here. I said it must be that woo in the atmosphere. You get that little breeze by your neck, baby. While you chilling with that ass, you better get your shit and get the fuck up, Reflection. Better yet, you shouldn't even be over there. I'm not saying that like you can't communicate with this person on the phone through a text message, woo, Reflection. But me, I wouldn't even be on the phone. You can't even hear my voice technically. We can do some text message back and forth. We can keep this shit kosher. But at the same time, Reflection, you don't physically involve your energy with that person. You damn sure don't have sexual energy with that person unless that's the video for another day. You got to be real skilled in the field to do some black magic on a person, then go back around them and involve like sexual activities. I mean, you can do that and it's spiritual warfare doing it, but you got to be very skilled. That's a video for another day, but we're gonna get more into that over there at the night school on my website. Okay, some shit just like for YouTube. It's not for YouTube, Reflection. Okay, so definitely go over there and subscribe to the night school. All right, I'm gonna put it in the description box below. But back on subject, Reflection, you cannot be around these people, okay? Because it will hit your ass. It's going to hit you. Listen, karma is not going. As Karma said, I got a lot of doors to knock on. Didn't nobody tell your ass to be over here? I didn't have to tell you I was coming. You should have just knew what the fuck you over here for anyway. If you done put a negative love spell on them, I mean, or a negative spell on them. Period. You don't know what. You don't know what I got in this bag, baby. You don't know what I got in this trick or treat bag. It could be a trick, or it could be a little treat, baby. You just don't know. But you got your ass over here. You get what I'm saying? Trying to throw that ass in a circle. Ooh, throw that ass in a circle, and it could be your last. Throw your ass in a circle. And it's your fault. And it's your spell because you was never supposed to be over there anyway. You're supposed to be in the background looking and observing. That's all you're supposed to, and waiting and anticipating, baby. That's all you're supposed to be doing, Reflection. You don't gotta go over there and check. One thing about it, if you do a negative spell on somebody, keep your ass from them, and you don't have to worry about did it work. Your ancestors gonna confirm and let you know in some form, fashion, or way. I got their ass. Yeah, he is.
So people keep bringing up witchcraft for the okra water, and it just reminded me of a time where I did actual witchcraft with my best friend. And mind you, we were young; we were like 13 years old, so we didn't know any better. But things did not work out as planned. Like crazy things started happening and whatnot. So we're like 13 years old on the swing. I'm telling her about the crush I have. She's telling me about her crush, and she's just like, "I read somewhere that you can actually do a love spell," and I'm just like, "A love spell? Do tell." So she's just like, all you have to do is write his name, write your name on a piece of paper, and fold the paper up. And it was at the time when Victoria's Secret was really popular, so they had like this perfume called Love Spell. She was like, spray some of that perfume on the piece of paper and put it underneath your pillow and just go to sleep. So she had the perfume. I didn't have the perfume. I ain't had no money to buy the perfume. So I was like, okay, well, you do it tonight and then bring me the perfume tomorrow and I'll do it tomorrow night. So we go home, whatever, and she does it. And then the next day we come back together, and literally that boy was all on her. The boy that she liked was like all on her. They were like this. And I was just like, what? It worked, y'all. So that night I got the perfume from her, and I do the same thing. And I like have my phone next to my pillow, so I fall asleep or whatever. I have the phone next to my pillow. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I get a text from the boy. I like, and I'm like, wait a minute. I know that this just didn't just work like that, right? So at that point, I was like, what? My man. I had that boy wrapped around my finger for like a whole week, y'all. But like weird stuff started happening. So first thing that happened is I caught my period for the first time. And if you know, caught my period for the first time. And then like I fell down a flight of stairs. And I ripped my only winter jacket. Now this may seem like little juvenile things, but like I said, we were 13. So at the time, like that's big deal. Like that's a big deal, those things that were happening. So I was just like, you know what? I think that this is like karma or something for me doing that love spell on the boy. I say all this to say that you cannot do anything that will make a person go against their own will. Like to this day, I'm big on manifest.
Imagine you think your baby and shit in that reflection. You think they in there having a little tea party and shit. You think they in there, you get what I'm saying? Just, girl, open the order this. We gonna have matching outfits and shit. You wear your ribbon on your hair. I'm gonna wear my ponytail to this side. You wear your ponytail and shit to this side. Reflection, that type of shit. The whole time they in there concocting up love spells. Reflection, you got to stay alert.
If you're thinking about doing a love spell on that man, maybe you should listen to this story time first. Relax. So I have another love spell story, and this one is about Natasha and Jacob. So you really have to be careful with your in-laws because you never know who has your best intentions at heart. So Natasha and Jacob were a pretty normal and regular couple. So one day, Jacob came up with the idea that they have been pretty far along in their relationship and that it is time to take their relationship to the next level. It was time that Natasha met Jacob's parents. So Jacob made the plans, Natasha agreed, and they would go on, and Natasha would meet Jacob's parents. Now Natasha, upon meeting the parents, had a really, really hard time, especially the mom, grappling with how they felt about her. Like she really couldn't tell if they liked her or not, or if they had her best interest at heart. Or even if they wanted her with their son, point blank period in general. They would ask her a lot of like deep, intimate questions, and Natasha not really thinking anything of it because this is her beloved's parents, and her trying to impress them would answer each and every single last one of them. So after that, the couple went back home and they continued to live their lives like normal. Now, Natasha can't really account when, but she accounts that one day she just woke up and she was madly in love with Jacob. Natasha says she doesn't know what it was, but she just looked at Jacob one day and she said she knew that she was willing to risk her life for Jacob. She knew that she was willing to take a bullet for Jacob. She knew that there wasn't anything in this world that she wasn't willing to do for Jacob. So Natasha's love for Jacob just continued to grow and grow and grow. Natasha described it like, it's like each and every single day she just fell deeper and deeper and deeper in love with Jacob. And it wasn't anything that Jacob specifically was doing. Natasha was just falling for this man. And it was all great until it wasn't. Because Natasha would start tripping over crazy things. This email was submitted to me by Natasha. Now, Natasha described herself never being a jealous or a possessive person, but once in a while, she would see girls or her man interacting with girls and she just would not like it. And those things would just kind of build up each and every single time until one day she was at a supermarket and somebody came up to Jacob, a girl, and they had a conversation, and for whatever reason, it really triggered Natasha, and Natasha blew up and caused an angry scene at the supermarket where it just basically embarrassed everybody that was involved. So Jacob being like, yo, what are you tripping on me about? This is one of my childhood friends. As a matter of fact, you guys met once. So what are you yelling at me about? What are you screaming? What are you angry about? Natasha herself was extremely confused, and even though Natasha said that she knew and she felt that she was being unreasonable, something within her could not stop but to just continue the fight. Random little events would happen and Natasha would just continue to blow up until one day Natasha had a dream. And obviously, I cannot tell you guys the full story because I already told it on my YouTube page. So if you guys want the full story to what happened between Jacob and Natasha, you guys need to head over to my YouTube channel right now. Okay, I have 2 story times back to back in the same video, so you guys are able to see the end of the previous story time and also the entire story to this on my YouTube page. So if you go to the top of my
Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. The moral of the story is, you heard me, the moral of the story is, baby, Reflection, before you go and do a love spell, you already got to pay to do the motherfucker. After you, is this really what you want? Think 3 years. 3 years. I know they said 3. I can barely think past tomorrow, baby. You talking about 3 years. Shit, I'm not even the same person I was 3 years ago. How I'm going to think about who I'm going to be 3 years from now? I'm just saying, Reflection. That's a good example, though. Think about how you was 3 years prior. Okay, think about your mindset 3 years prior from today or tonight. I'm pretty sure, Reflection, I'm so sure, and if you are still thinking the same as from 3 years ago, I'm gonna need you're gonna have to come over here and do some shadow work with T. Yes, listen, join me at 11 a.m. and we're gonna do some shadow work, baby, over here on the tube, baby. You're gonna have to come do some shadow work because there's no way that you have been over here with my crew and you still thinking the fucking same from one cycle to the next cycle to the next cycle to the next cycle, Reflection. But think about that. Certain things, Reflection, it all comes in cycles. So you're not thinking the same way you were thinking 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure your mind is different. The way you think is different. Shit, you may even act totally different. You may don't even hang around the same people. The things that you used to like, you probably don't eat. You like something totally different, Reflection. So you think about that before you do a love spell. Are you really sure that you can see yourself with this person through good, through bad, through happy and sad 3 years from now? Okay, think of this thing.
Change. That's why you don't take things from people. You don't drink from people. You don't eat from people. When it's like, oh my God, you so fucking weird. Yeah, it's because people are always doing work, and it'll be the people you least suspect. It'll be the people that you're closest to that will sit here and play with your energy. Will put shit in your food. They'll put shit in your food. They'll put shit in your drink. They'll be like, oh, here, I made this for you. Here you go. Bitch, like, you fucking bitch, I know what you're doing. It's alright, you know, that's why I'm on my business. I don't, you know, I think twice about everything, and I just protect my energy because I know people are out here and they're doing evil work. There was a time I was giving out the Splash, You Would Love Splash, and I was giving out ancestor money, and some people wouldn't take it, but it's because they, to me, this is in my mind, they do evil onto others and they put shit in people's stuff, so they think that you did something, so they won't take it, you know, because they think that you did something, and it's like you're trying to help them, but they won't take the help that you're giving them because they think that you did something. And then it's like, you know, that's how you know, some people will accept it and they'll want to know more, but others, they don't want it because they do evil work onto others, and then they think that everyone is doing evil onto them, and that's why they think that evil is everywhere. Evil is not everywhere, and not everybody is aware of the things that people do. Not everyone is aware that, you know, when you're sick, or the doctor, or, you know, unexplained sickness, people don't think that, oh, it's spell work, oh, it's black magic, or somebody's doing something to me. People don't think like that, but that's usually what it is. And then you don't think like that, and all you have to do is just clean yourself, clean your spirit, take a spiritual bath, drink water. Water cleans you out, flushes you out. It's like you have to drink water to clear things out, and it clears your mind. You know, the health, we have to take care of our health. When people attack your beauty, they attack your looks, they attack your weight, they attack all kinds of things with you to affect the way you are. You have to love yourself. That's the thing. You have to love yourself. Because once you love yourself, it doesn't matter what these people do to affect the way you look. It's like, it's never gonna bother you because you love yourself. So they can never do any kind of beauty spells against you to give you scars, to make you gain weight, to make you go through all these things, and you don't understand, like, why, if I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, why is this happening? It's usually it's forward. Usually it's the person that you're closest to, the person that you keep around you is the one that's doing it. That's why it's working, because you're around them. You have to get away from them. You have to. Return offenders are a part of my routine. I know I was just talking a lot in this video, but return offenders, just get you some tea lights. Just get you some tea lights one day and be like, you know what? I'm going to do a return offender, and I'm going to send this energy back to wherever it came from. All these people, and they doing all this shit, and it's like, they don't know. They don't know. You can send it back. Anybody can send the energy back. As long as you're not doing evil onto others, you can send the energy back. I don't do anything to anyone. I love myself. I love my life. I love my children. And I would never jeopardize their future because I want to be selfish and I want to do something to somebody. And, you know, that's crazy. The moment you decide to do harm onto another person, you curse yourself, you curse your children, you curse your future, you curse your entire bloodline. You're cursed onto the next life. The next life comes and you're fucking cursed all over. It's like, oh my God. Like, we supposed to be here clearing up the bloodline, breaking the generational curses, so when you come back the next life, you can have a good life. People don't care. They just care about the present moment and doing evil onto others and succeeding in their being like the evil villain. But this life is good versus evil. That's what it is. What you gonna do? Who you gonna choose? What you gonna do? Like, you gonna be the good guy or you gonna be the bad guy? Some people like being the bad guy and just doing shit to people. The bad guy never wins. They are losers, and they want to be losers. They're gonna forever be losers. They're never gonna win. Never. You can never be God. God is like everything, but they're happy doing evil onto others. They're happy and they're satisfied with themselves. But that's why they don't have nothing. That's why they're struggling. That's why everything is bad. Everything in their life is fucking terrible and awful. They cry. They're miserable. You know, it's because they chose to be bad. You know, when you choose to be a good person, your life is different. Your life is blessed. Your kids are...
hit the like and subscribe button. I can definitely agree with some of that reflection. I'm not agreeing with all that. I'm not co-signing all that shit, but I put a little signature on little pinch of it, baby. Just little pinch, because everybody that do magic, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad. And that's not what I think she was trying to say either. But you know how motherfuckers take one sentence and create it to what they want it to be reflection. But at the same time, evil is not everywhere, but it's definitely lurking. It's definitely in high demand reflection. Okay, so you have to be aware. And I think that was very key when she was saying like she would make certain things and she would go places and people wouldn't take it. Now listen, reflection, that's another thing with you. Don't just be taking shit from everybody. Now I know you may spend all night trying to, you get what I'm saying, this may be good, this may be beneficial to my avatar, but at the same time I do not know your energy, and I don't have time to roll the dice with you, baby. I'm already doing it with life. I don't have time to roll the dice with you. So you just can't take shit from everybody. Reflection, you take it now. If they cast a negative spell on it, it's in your car. Fuck around, that's something wrong with your car. Next thing you know, you took it in your house. Now, next thing you know, somebody breaking in your fucking house. Or every time you go home, it's chaos at your home. Reflection. You can't just be taking shit from other people, okay? Just that you don't know the energy. Because I keep telling you what I always say: the people, your enemies, they don't come aggressive. If you have an enemy that come aggressive, just know that ain't really who you need to be worried about. It's the ones that come nice. It's the ones that's quiet. It's the ones that's silent in the background.
You definitely deserve a story. What would you do if you found out that your grandmother was a Lugau? Spoiler alert, you might want to only mind the business that pays you. This story is brought to you by my uncle. It's about his childhood friend. They all grew up in the same neighborhood together. So everybody assumed, we'll call his friend Mike. Everybody assumed that Mike's grandmother was a Lugau, but Mike was the only one that seemed to be in denial about that fact. Well, Mike's curiosity was soon about to lead him right to the truth. Now, the thing is, Mike would always get woken up out of his sleep around the same time every single night due to all the haunting activities that went on in his house. So on top, the roof, it always sounded like somebody was jumping on it or there were creatures running. The front of his house always sounds like there's people in the front. Until one day, Mike grew tired and said, I'm gonna go investigate. So in Haiti, we say, Wap kon George. One night, Mike woke up, regular time, 2 or 3 in the morning, and he's hearing all the activities, and he's like, okay. So he gets out of his bedroom and makes his way to the front door. So Mike gets to the door, and just for reference, his door has a little hole that you can see through. So he would have to get on his knees and peep through the hole to see what's happening outside. So Mike gets down and starts to look through the little hole, and what he saw was strange, to say the least. He saw creatures flying around his property that he described to have fire for tails. So meaning in the lower end of the body, the buttocks area, fire was actively coming out of it. And they were flying around his property, going up on his roof, and it was a lot. And it wasn't just one. It seemed to be like a clan of them. And Mike, just being infatuated, is just looking through this little peephole. He can see them, and he thinks that they cannot see him. So every single night, he would continue to do this. Every single time he would wake up, he would go, get on his knees, look through the little peephole to see what is going on outside today. He saw some really freaky stuff outside of the Lugaus, meaning like he saw somebody actually transform into a cat. And it just seemed like they all came here in front of his property to meet up. This is like the playground for these Lugaus. So since it was habitual for Mike to go look through the peephole every single night, this night he was like, you know what? He was really tired. He was just going to go to sleep. And then when he wakes up, naturally, because he was going to wake up around the same time, he was going to return to that spot and look. But that night, he wanted to go to sleep. So he went and laid down in his bed, in his bedroom. This is important. And he fell asleep. Well, in Mike's dream, he was back on his knees looking through the little peephole when suddenly, this time, a Lugau actually spotted him and made eye contact with him. The second they made eye contact with him, they basically managed to get a hold of him. So once they got a hold of him, they had him underneath their stomach and they were flying around with Mike. Mike was absolutely horrified, screaming in agony that this Lugau has gotten him, and now he's flying around looking down and seeing his house, and he's like, who is going to save me? So as Mike is screaming, he looks down and he hears somebody say, Is that my grandson? And this creature would come from the property and fly up to where Mike was with the fire underneath her butt and everything and start tussling with the Lugau that had Mike. So you had these two Lugaus literally fighting and scrapping until the Lugau that flew up grabs Mike and put Mike underneath her stomach to start flying back. When suddenly, while she has Mike in the air trying to fly back to the property, she gets attacked again. And when she gets attacked, Mike would escape from her grip and would come flying all the way down. And by flying, I mean falling. And as Mike is falling, I don't know if you guys have ever dreamt of yourself falling in a dream and what happens. Eventually you joked up out of your sleep and you wake up, which was what happened to Mike. However, remember how I said that Mike went to sleep in his bedroom? So why did Mike wake up on his knees in front of the door where he always looks out through the peephole? Mike was actually saved because of his grandmother. Yes, his grandmother was a Lugau, but this Lugau actually spared his life. So what was Mike going to do? What could Mike do? So the next day when they woke up, Mike would see the grandmother and they would just go on with their days because the grandmother would just tell Mike, mind your business. Anyway, that one was definitely a good one. My uncle was here literally.
Hit the like and subscribe button. They said, Sarita, now shit, I was with you. So you telling me they flying and shit. So you telling me over there in the abracadabra community, they flying, they got fire and shit coming from their tails and shit. Now I was with you when you was talking about y'all mix up a little cinnamon, a little rosemary, a couple candles, just about 6 or 3 of them reflection. Don't get them all the same color. Wait a minute. Ooh, shh. Don't tell nobody. They said, I know y'all ass ain't over there flying. I know you ain't flying, so y'all Peter Panning over there reflection. Hit the like and subscribe. But I didn't say it. She did reflection. I think she mean like astral projection, like a little astral projection. You heard what I said? Reflection, just a little astral projection. They was just out there. You get what I'm saying? They was just out there astral projected reflection.
If you are fasting to break witchcraft, hexes, or curses over your life, here are 3 things you need to know. Thing number 1 is that not all curses or hexes require you to fast. Fasting is a particular spiritual tool for a particular spiritual problem. So please don't be walking around here hexed and hungry when your solution is not fasting. Your solution could be that you need a spiritual bath, that you need to spiritually cleanse your head or your home. So it is very important to know whether your spiritual problem actually requires you to fast or not. Thing number 2 you need to know is that not all curses will be broken with one fast. Especially when we are talking about generational curses, and especially when we are talking about being under regular and heavy witchcraft attack, you may very well have to enter a season of fasting in order to fully remove all bonds, covenants, generational curses. You may be making permanent changes to your diet. The last thing that I want to share with you here, I talk about this more in depth on my channel, Surviving Witchcraft with Oshun Speaks.
There you go, baby. Shout out to Sean. Okay, hit the like and subscribe button. Reflection. I'm trying to tell you something serious out here in the field. It is something serious out here with these fucking witches and these warlocks. Reflection, especially when you're doing that. Whoa. They'll try to play on your energy reflection. They'll try to send them in through different people and shit. I'd be like, I'm finna get on reflection. I say, oh, I know. Okay. You've been gone a couple months now. You came back. This must mean you part of that spiritual attack, baby. I got my eyes on you. I got my good and my bad one. I got the bad one on you for sure though. I got reflection. They come in energy. They come dressed up just how you want them to. You like, damn, what the fuck you been at? What you doing? Popping back up and shit, baby. What you doing? Okay, damn. Okay, this must be that woo. This must be that spiritual test. Oh, they trying to send it in through you. Okay, let's play this game then, baby. Ring around the roses. Pockets are full of poses. Ashes. They all fall down. You get that type of shit reflection. You better learn some nursery rhymes out there. You better learn the origin of these nursery rhymes. You got to stay protected, reflection, because they will try to send these spiritual attacks through people, places, and things. You got to be alert, reflection. You have to be alert. Imagine you did a love spell and didn't know you was under spiritual attack at the time. The whole time you out there just trying to, you get what I'm saying, attract some shit because you did your love spell. You trying to attract some love, baby, just a little peach love. Just a little peach love. One night only, one night only. Yes, reflection. Throw that ass in a circle. Oh, just a little bit, just a pinch of that reflection. Just a little pinch the whole time. You don't know. It's a spiritual war, baby. That is not the love spell that's coming to you, baby. That's that spiritual. Whoa, 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 whoa. They done sent it through that person. You got to stay on game. You got to stay on cold reflection. Don't be in there just, you get what I'm saying. Don't be in there thinking with your heart and shit. You got to think with your intuition, baby. You got to, I'm telling you, reflection. You got to stay on game. Because if you don't reflection, then you could be caught up in the midst of a love spell gone wrong a little. Do you believe in magic? A little do you believe in magic? You got to stay alert, reflection. Okay, so make sure you join me back for part 3, the last part of our love spells gone wrong.